I'm sure you have seen script templates when working with Godot before. Templates are able to save code you'd like to reuse. For example, you might want a quick debug camera when starting a new project. With templates, you can just select the camera, and there is our script. No need to remember where that old code was or to write it again. We'll go over on how to create our own templates, and then I'll show you a very neat little trick you can use to make your very own database of reusable code and how to organize them. Script templates are very easy to work with, and there are two ways you can create them. Local templates that will only show up in one specific project, and global templates that will show up anywhere. To make a local script template, you can right-click your project folder and create a folder named Script Templates. And inside here, you need to create a folder named after the class for that template. So let's create a Node3D folder and create a new script inside here. Now when we create a script for a Node3D, we can enable template and see our created script there. It will be named after the script file name. But here's a problem with our template. It also works for the subclasses of Node3D, so if we create a script for the Light3D, it will have the wrong class there. So let's fix that. When creating templates, we have a few special keywords we can use. We can use the underline base underline here, and it will be replaced by the class of the created script. There are also other keywords that can be used for C# projects, like namespace bindings and classes. And we can also add meta tags, such as meta name and meta description, to change how they will appear. Don't worry about the errors for now, as the template itself are not used in the project. With our new meta tags, our template now has a custom name and a small description of what it does. And when we create it now, it properly extends the correct class. Lastly, we can add a file named .gdignore inside the script templates folder. This will make Godot hide the folder and skip the compilation of anything inside it. You'll need to use this when working with C# projects to avoid compiling the template files. To create script templates that works for our projects, it's quite similar. But instead of creating the script templates folder, we will be using Godot's config folder instead. This location changes based on which operational system you are using. But one quick way to get there is to open the project, open user data folder. This will get you inside Godot's data folder. Just go up a couple of folders and you will arrive at the config folder. And here is the global script templates. It works exactly the same way. Just create a folder with the class name and put templates inside. Now let's see how we can use templates to organize our reusable scripts. Here is the object folder, a base class for all Godot classes. Inside, I have a simple state machine I made and a utils class with a few global static functions. So when I'm starting a new project, I can just create a new script and select my template to recreate the utils class. No need to search around and copy folders when starting new projects. But while this approach works, it can get kinda messy if you have too many templates, and that's not good. So here's a little tip on how to organize your templates. You can create folders inside your script templates for classes that don't exist, and organize your script that way. You can then type the folder's name in the inherited field, and it will show up in the templates there. So I can type FSM for my state machine, and globals for my global scripts. But while it shows up, we can't create them. Godot won't let us create template scripts for a class that doesn't exist. So to solve that, I've made a fake class template. Let's create it now. This file is just a collection of class names for all my custom script templates. This way, I can leave the class name I want to use uncommented and save it. And Godot will now let me create a template for that. So here's an example. Let's create a state machine for this project. I uncomment the FSM class, add a new node named state machine, and create a script for that. We choose FSM and select the state machine template. I'm still missing the base state class, so let's also create that inside the project. Type FSM and select state. Now I can start create my states. I add a new node and create a new node state for my IL state. And it's done. Now I can start creating my game's code. And that's it. Templates can help you speed up how you start new projects. And this neat little trick can make you keep them organized. I hope this video helps, and until next time.